So, Sports Illustrated, James, actually, we actually know this man very well. Shout out to him of Cincinnati Bengals talked about 4 free agents the Cincinnati Bengals could sign before training camp. And I'll be honest, right? We made a video this morning about potentially us going ahead and going after a third down running back. And while I really don't like the options available at the running back position here, not Derrick Henry, let me skip past Derrick Henry. When it comes to free agency, I'm not against the idea of potentially signing a running back in the future if one does become available throughout the preseason process. But for right now, I'm not really interested in anyone on this list. If we go down this list here, Damian Harris, I think he could be a really solid running back, but he's kind of more of a pure runner between the tackles, and we have that in Zach Moss, and we're developing that in Chase Brown. Cam Akers, I think, is also another really good player. He played for the Rams for pretty much most of his career. More of a pure between the tackles type of guy. Matt Breida. We're being serious this video. Kareem Hunt, again, not a bad option, but he's more of a receiver back. He'd be more of a third down type of guy. I just don't really love the idea of potentially going after him with his past and all that other stuff. I would probably want to stay clear of him. Latavius Murray, again, more of a between the tackles type of guy, 34 years old as well. Jerick McKinnon's another guy who's more of a receiving back option out of the backfield. Not really a guy I would like to go for. 32 years old, has injury concerns. Again, it would be one of those things where it would take away from developing of Chase Brown and getting Zach Moss more involved. Marlon Mack played for the Colts for forever, pretty much. I wouldn't go for him. Josh Kelly, yeah. Again, none of these options really make me look and say, yes. Now, as James says here before camp, again, we're just looking at the options here. We're not going to hypothetically talk about options in the future that could be available. DJ Humphries, I mean, again, I wouldn't be against the idea of picking up an offensive lineman. Connor Williams, I've kind of floated that idea out before many times. I wouldn't be against the idea of going after him. And again, it would come down to like a very low stakes contract, which, I mean, he's still in free agency till this point, so I don't think that's really ridiculous to say that we could get him on like a Trent Brown deal, which is like a $4 million deal, only $2 million guaranteed. But other than that, again, like I said, there just isn't really a guy that really steps out to me that I think we need to sign. Maybe like a backup depth piece, maybe, but for right now, I think we're pretty good until cuts start happening and veterans start becoming available, and then I'm fully on board to go for it. But let's just see who James says. No. Again, not a bad option, but no. Stephon Gilmore, I mean, he's the guy I think a lot of people talk about in my comic section a lot. I think he's just too old, personally speaking wise. I don't think he's going to take a know-nothing contract. And I don't think you're going to pick him up. He's going to be 34, as he says here in September. I don't think you're going to pick him up and be able to really get out of him what you want to get out of him for what we have right now. I really like our secondary. Our secondary is young, right? We have, obviously, Cam Taylor-Britt, Mike Hilton, Dax Hill, DJ Turner, Josh Newton. Those are 5 really solid players. Von Bell being back helps develop that young secondary, get the kind of conversation started that we need to get going there. I'm not too much of a fan of bringing in Stephon Gilmore, personally. I think we have enough guys in the secondary. Again, safety-wise, Jordan Battle, what's his name? Jordan Battle, Geno Stone, Tyson Anderson, Von Bell, obviously. I'm kind of okay with going with not going with a veteran cornerback. Dalvin Cook, absolutely no. His stunt in Baltimore didn't work out. He's only between the tackles type of runner. He's not a receiving back. He's not really that great at pass blocking. there would be nothing that we would gain by picking him up, except for extending his career. Xavier Howard, I talked about him before. I can't see myself ever like signing him. Two things. One, there are off the field issues, right? Again, that's not always a big deal, but we do create a Houday culture. Zach Taylor runs a tight ship when it comes to players, and you gotta fit in our mold if you want to be a Bengal. That's just a fact of the matter is you can't be a Bengal if you don't fit in our mold. Number two, money. Now, I don't think he's going to cost $1 billion in theory, but I don't think, again, for what we have going, I don't think we should go out there and spend big money on a corner. I don't think we need to. Especially not a guy who has been in free agency this whole entire time. If you want to go out there and, hypothetically speaking, trade for somebody, if you wanted to, I would say you would want to trade for a starting piece, a starting asset, but I'm absolutely okay with not going with corner. Again, if you want to sign offensive linemen in free agency, if you want to get some depth pieces that you think have some potential to be something good, do it, right? Obviously, right tackle, we're good, but we're still looking for that guard. Matt Lee could be the option, right? But we give as much potential as possible. Get much competition as possible in that O-line. Right now, left tackle, left guard, backup center, obviously Matt Lee, but backup right guard, those are the positions I'm looking at when it comes to potential free agents. Anything else, yeah, you could pick somebody up, but I'm not sitting here going, oh yeah, make sure you get that guy, make sure you get this guy. Free agency has been picked clean. It's like, a chicken wing, when you're eating a chicken wing, take off all the meat, you take off all the, stuff on, and just a bone left. Right now, it's just the bone. And until the bone gets refilled with more chicken, like during the preseason and that kind of stuff, I'm kind of chilling on signing anybody. Usually we have a June 1st cut where everyone gets cut and a lot of players become available and you got some veterans. That didn't happen this year. So, because that didn't happen, I don't really think we need to go and look at the free agent wire and try to scrounge up some scraps left and bring them to the team. I like what we have. I really do. I like our 90-man roster at this moment in time, and I think we have a lot of development pieces. But if you want to pick up offensive linemen, and you're like, hey, listen, this guy's not really working as well, we'll kind of cut him, bring somebody else in, I'm never against that idea. I'll see you guys in the next one.